Hi, welcome to Vuforia Multiple Image Tracking. In this tutorial, we'll be making a spider move between two image targets. To begin with, let's start with the scene that we already created in the last tutorial. I'm creating a new Vuforia AR camera and two image targets here. And let's set the database of the image targets to the predefined ones. Let's go with one target as the astronaut and the other as the drone. So these are predefined images that comes with Vuforia. Now let's drag the second image target from underneath so that we can have quite a bit of room to work with. Next, let's drag the spider object that we have, and it's hidden now. Let's drag the spider onto the first image target, and let's enable the spider. Okay, so the spider is the one that we created earlier with the animations. Let's click play and see if the spider is coming up. Okay, it's coming up and it's quite big. Let's downscale it a bit. This is quite reasonable. Let's reduce it even smaller. Okay, in the next image target, let's create a new game object cube, and let's rename it as target. So this would be the target the spider will crawl onto. For that interactivity, let's edit the script that we already created, and let's start by initializing a new game object. So that's public game object, and we can call it target. And let's assign the target to our game variable. So that's game object.find target will find any game object in the scene with the name target, and we are assigning that to the variable that we just created. So let's check if target is not null, that is if there's target in the scene. Let's move the spider towards the target. For that, this dot transform dot position, that is my position, slowly lerp my position towards the target. For that, we are using a function called vector3.lerp. You can find more about this in the Unity documentation. So vector3.lerp and where I am and my destination and a ratio. That's a format. So that is lerp transform.myPosition and the target's position and the ratio. Let's give a random ratio. And also let's make sure that while the spider is moving, it's walking, so that it gives that originality effect. And let's also put debug log, so that this is for debugging purposes in case something goes wrong. And let's click play and see. So we have the spider in scene, but two objects are not being recognized at once, and that's because we haven't enabled multiple image tracking. So for that, go to window, Vuforia configuration, enable multiple images. So we have two, let's give it two tracked images. And now when we click play, you can have multiple images. Here we have the spider and the cube. Now notice on the right inspector, the mesh renderer. When I move the image in, the mesh renderer checks in. So the mesh renderer gets active when the image is inside the view. That is how Vuforia makes the objects appear and disappear when it detects a target. So instead of checking for if the object is null, let's check if its component of rendering is active or not. For that, target.get component mesh renderer and check if it is visible or not. So if it is visible, the spider will start lerping towards the object. Let's test it out. So we have the spider in the scene, and we have the spider moved quite fast. So let's play with the ratio of movement. Let's give it a smaller value. And when we click play, we have the spider and it's slowly lerping towards the cube. So this is how you create an experience with the combination of animation, Vuforia, and a bit of scripting. Thanks.